Okay, hello everybody and welcome. Sorry for a slightly off-centre start, but it's lovely to see you all here. First of all, can I just check that you can see what I can see,
Yeah.
my screen share, and that you can hear what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
welcome to this. It's a sort of staging point to see where we are in the project, which originated back in the summer when we decided at the board that we would celebrate the re-emergence of Bridge from a relatively dark period, and things are very much on the up and improving, and it was time to have a festival to celebrate that. So we want to have fun. That's the main thing. We want to try and make it possible for the Bridge community to have a lot of fun playing with the festival. It'll be a 1 week-ish festival of bridge with those dates. I say ish because there's going to be no objection to. In fact, if you want to arrange an event slightly out of the week, well, that's fine. We're not going to get anal about that. But we really do want to focus most of the efforts in one particular week so that we can generate quite a lot of national interest, if that's possible. A lot of events spread here and there won't perhaps have much effect unless somebody managed to organise a murder at the club, and that would create some interest, but we definitely don't want one of those. So it's a sort of tsunami, if you like, of local events, which I hope will come together to make a national event. And it's going to be delivered via our clubs and counties. And we're very much pleased to be partnering with Cancer Research, who are been very enthusiastic and giving us a lot of support and a lot of help. So this will give a non-bridge focus to the event and give people another reason for wanting to get involved, and bridge clubs another reason for wanting to get involved. So it's all the it's not the EBU that can do this. We can be the catalyst, if you like, but it's going to be down to the enthusiasm of our members and our clubs. And if we all get behind it, and that's the reason why we're having this little meeting this morning, because this is a major role, as I see it, of how the counties can work with us to generate the enthusiasm in the clubs. So it's not club committees that really is going to do this. It's individuals, it's people who are enthusiastic about the game. So what's the plan? Well, obviously that makes it perfectly clear. I hope you can see where you fit into that plan. It's very obvious to me where everybody sits, and I'm going to send that out and hope you'll all get on with it. On the other hand, we have another plan, which I think sets it out how we're all going to relate with each other. And it's very, very simple. At the top, we have the EBU, who sit with the website, which will maintain all the resources. I'm just going to annotate this, give myself a little pen somehow. Here, I'm going to, no, that didn't work. Never mind. The event website will have all the resources, and we will be running 1 or 2 events from head office, as it were. But the main theme is to work up and down, work with the clubs. I do want to try and get something that helps me annotate. I've done this before and it's not working for me now. Spotlight, there we are. So we're starting with EBU, and there's a direct line to the clubs. So we will be asking the clubs to lay on events. There's a list of events there. There are loads more. And the bottom line is probably the most important, your own ideas. And each of those events will be resourced on the website of the EBU event website. So if you're going to have an open day, there will be a resource there for you suggesting how you might do it. Now, lots of people have got lots of ideas and maybe don't need this help, but on the other hand, people do. So there'll be flyers and there'll be leaflets and there'll be suggested social media posts and whatever. So we're working on that very hard at the moment, and I have to say thank you to the staff of the EBU, particularly Sam and Jonathan and Tim, who've put in a lot of work into this. So there'll be a lot of events. So CR UK fit in on the right here. I keep doing that. I don't mean to do it, sorry. Who will be supporting the clubs and anyone who needs support, really. They call them relationship managers, but basically they're people on the ground who'll come in and help clubs who need it. But the reason for today's meeting is the role of the counties. Now, I was a county chair for 6 years, no longer, but I do understand, therefore, how important and what a very valuable role the counties can play. So I'm looking for folk in the counties, such as yourselves, to work with me and with the clubs to promote participation in the game in the festival from all bridge communities, affiliated clubs, non-affiliated clubs, U3A, and anybody else you can think of who plays bridge in the village hall or at the work process or in the school or wherever, to encourage as many, and in fact, actually individuals. Lots of people play bridge at home. Why can't they be part of the festival? Well, they can be part of the festival if we can find a way of doing so. So that's where I see the role of the counties very much in encouraging and supporting the EBU, that's me at the moment, in taking the clubs to take part in the festival and pointing them towards the resources that are available. I don't expect the counties to provide the resources, but you could hopefully point the clubs towards where the resources are available. So welcome to those team county festival managers who have been appointed, and most of whom I believe are here. If you're not on that list, please don't be offended. It's because I haven't been told. You're equally welcome, and I am hoping that, well, we do need more. Obviously, we can see how many have I got there? About 11. I haven't counted them, but has anybody counted them? It really doesn't matter. I'm guessing 11. I want 30 if we can, and I hope that each county will join in and help in the best way they can. Now, this is what Ian Sidgwick of Gloucestershire did. I don't expect you to read that, but he wrote to all GCBA Gloucestershire Bridge Club members, not the committee. He drew a blank with the committee, more or less, as many counties have done. But the county contains an absolutely bottomless reservoir of people who play bridge, and many of whom like to get involved in a project such as this, which is not a long-term commitment. It doesn't mean being on the committee. It just means organising, helping to organise a bash at the bridge club or whatever. And there's lots of people who can do that. So he wrote this to every member of Gloucestershire, and out of the woodwork, probably I shouldn't say woodwork, but he got 4 volunteers within a week. Now, 2 of them subsequently dropped out when they realised they were going to be playing golf in Spain during this week. But the other 2, I hope, are still with us. And it's all you got to do is send out an email saying, this is what's happening. Do you want to take part? Do you want to help Shropshire? Do you want to help Staffordshire? Do you want to help Suffolk or any other county beginning with S with this project? And as I say, it was a very successful thing that he did. So what happens now? Well, these are national things. We have a national event team which is working on this. So our key dates from now, and we've been working on this since the summer. So the website's going to be ready, everything with Tim, who does the website, by December the 8th. We'll be ready to present the website on January the 19th, and we're going to launch and go live with the project on January the 24th. Before that, we are drip feeding the clubs information about save the date sort of communication. So at the moment, the clubs officially don't know anything about this project, but gradually we'll be filling in it, because really we don't want to tell people what's happening in September 2024, in September 2023. We can't remember the card from last night, let alone a year ahead. So what we'll do is drip feed the information, and we'll go big on January the 24th. So after that date will be when it'll be right for the counties to really get stuck into the clubs, who will by that stage know what the project is. So I think we've had plenty of notice. So let's join the party. Now, that's my bit. I've going to try and learn how to come out of this. I press escape and it should go, or stop share. That's it. I've got to press stop share. So I'm back now, and I hope you're all back. And really now I've explained it, and I'm very interested to hear what you think, any ideas, any questions, anything, Gordon up there or Tim or Jonathan can help with. So James is number one.
The first question, Tony, that occurs to me, are you embracing all bridge clubs, i.e. including non-affiliated clubs?
Yes, I did say that, James. Perhaps I didn't make it clear. All bridge communities.
Right.
Right across the board. I think I mentioned U3As, for example, university clubs, factories who have a bridge club. That's a bit, it was the old days, but it did happen, didn't it? Schools who have a bridge club, the whole bridge community. I want to be involved in this. And it's the counties who know where these clubs and the communities are. I've no idea what's happening under the radar in Norfolk.
Yes.
But the chairman of Norfolk does.
The other thing to say, because we talked about it, Tony and I have talked about this, the idea of a pro celebrity event. If the EBU thinks that would generate a lot of interest and perhaps even an income, because you could sell tickets, it cannot be done online. It has to be done in a room, with the celebrities and the pros all present under one roof. And I don't know, Tony, whether you've discussed that any further and whether you think it's just not viable or it is something that you'd like to run with.
It is something that we've talked about. Jonathan, have you got any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it is something we've talked about. I think it will need someone who's willing to put a lot of time into organising it. Unless you're offering, James, we have one person who we were considering approaching, so I have an action to do that.
Who is the person you're thinking of approaching?
Well, we were thinking of asking Terry Hewitt, because obviously she used to do it for Richmond. So if she was willing, she would be a very good person. Obviously, we've no idea if she'd be interested.
Okay.
So yes, James, we have discussed it and it's an action to be undertaken.
Okay.
We'll keep you in the picture. I
have a question, please.
Yeah, Richard, please.
I'm potentially representing Worcestershire. I'm just interested from the charity point of view. What resources are you going to get from Cancer Research to support this? And do you have any concept of a target that you're trying to reach for Cancer Research?
Yes and yes. Let's start with the hard bit first. The potential target we're aiming at is 60k, which we think would be a valuable one. As far as the resources, Cancer Research, they have people called relationship managers who will be supporting clubs on the ground as much as they want to be supported. All donations will be made through the event website to the equivalent of a Just Giving page to Cancer Research UK. Does that answer the question, Richard?
The equivalent of a Just Giving, because Just Giving create quite a lot of quite a percentage of the funds.
No, not in this. All the funds go to Cancer Research UK. I use Just Giving as an example. It's not that. It's direct payment to Cancer Research UK through a payment facility on the event website.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that answers the question. Thank you.
Thank you. I can see Bill wants to talk.
Yeah, I just wonder if we have access to sort of logos and things to the Cancer Research and the EBU to embellish communications.
Absolutely. All that will be part of the package, or part of the resources that will be available. And we're working on it at the moment. I could show you some, but I won't at the moment. I'll save them, but they are made. And, we're 10 months away from, 6 months, 4 months, 2 months away from launch. It gets nearer and nearer, but everything is in hand and will be ready.
Okay. I mean, most immediately, though, I would intend in Northants to do similar correspondence as you just shown us from the chap in Gloucestershire.
Right.
It'd be quite nice to have as you've already shown us the logo on your PowerPoint. Have we got
Okay.
access to that now?
Yeah, sure. After this meeting, I intended, this is being recorded, and I was going to send the recording to all the county chairs and festival managers that have been appointed with the information, and I'll attach to it the logos that you are looking for. Yeah,
Thank
good,
you.
good point, Bill. Shirley, hi.
Yes, good morning. This is going to be a really stupid question, but I did join the meeting a bit late. Do we have an actual date?
Yes, the week beginning 9th of September.
Sorry, I
2024.
missed that. Right, thank you very much.
No problem.
The other important thing, Shirley, was that it was said that things can spill out on either side. Although there's a specific week to focus people's attention, we're not going to discourage people from doing things
Right.
at times that suit them a little bit better, in particular if it would clash with or maybe fit in with something else that they've already got planned.
Okay, that's lovely. Thanks very much, Gordon. Sorry about that.
I have a question.
Yes, go on, Richard. Thank you.
About the 60K that you're hoping to get together from various from all the activities. What sort of where are these donations going to come from? Are they individual personal donations, or would a club, for instance, donate its table fees for a special session, that type of thing?
Well,
How do you expect the donations to come in?
Sorry, I thought you said there are two routes. Individuals can donate, and if
Yeah.
they do so, they qualify for gift aid.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if clubs organise, let's say, a party and raise £200, that would be sent in. It wouldn't qualify for gift aid, but it
Yeah.
would go in using the same route.
Right. So
Might
it's
be
really,
worth
it's really up to the club to decide how they're going to raise funds and.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah.
variety of routes. It might be worth mentioning the 60,000 as a figure. When we had a meeting, Cancer Research sort of suggested it, and initially we thought, oh, that sounds rather a lot, and then we thought about it a bit more and thought, actually, that's just over £1 per member that we have.
Yes,
so
it's
it
not a great deal of money.
fitted in quite well. Obviously, not all 50,000 members will donate, but there will be many who will either be donating more, or the money will come through other routes. So it did seem like it's a sensible target to have, and it's definitely worth having the target, something to aim for.
Yeah. If it helps, I know Wimbledon's a big club, but we have an annual charity event, and we just as a single club, we raise £5,000 quite easily, sometimes more. So I know it's a big club and everyone will say, oh, we're much smaller than that, but I think that gives you an idea that 60,000 isn't too far
It's
away.
certainly not unrealistic, is it? You know,
No,
if
I
we
don't think so, no.
if we almost reach it, or we could easily go over it, but it's nice
Yeah.
to have something to start with.
It is. No, I agree. And last year, well, not last year, the first year of the pandemic, Surrey ran a Sims for the NHS. We raised, I think, off the top of my head, £20,000. So it's not that difficult if people are really committed to it, I think.
I think that's a wonderful point you make there, Shirley. I almost want to finish on that. If people are really committed to this, we can make it a hell of a success. And people who have got to be committed are essentially the clubs and the counties getting behind clubs that are part of their association and using their local knowledge of who's playing bridge around in non-affiliated circumstances to get them involved as well.
Yeah.
Can tell you that we at the top, I hate this, at the top of the pyramid, but in the top of the chart that I drew, all the resources that are required can stem from there. So the maximum support is available. But, you know, I can provide the car, but I need the people to drive the car to the right places. So that's the point of this meeting. And by being here, I'm assured of your enthusiasm, I know, but I hope that enthusiasm will spread further and wider. So I think we've just about wrapped up. Is there?
Jane Jones
asking.
I've got. Hold on.
Got a few
I've got
questions
a point.
Hold on, please. Hold on. I'm looking at. It says
Mark.
Jill Strong, but it's definitely not Jill.
It is definitely Jill. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't I didn't recognise you.
A quick question. At the chairs meeting, you did a video, and I
Yeah.
did have access to that, and I've now lost it. And I assume that's different to what you did your presentation at the beginning.
Yes.
Is it possible to have a copy of that, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good. Right.
I've got a suggestion, Tony.
Who's speaking, please?
It's Mark Dunkley, the Yorkshire
Hello, Mark.
rep.
Yeah. Hi, Mark.
It came about, I met with one of our chairmen of one of the clubs a couple of weeks ago, and he came up with an idea which he had previously tried and it hadn't actually worked out, but with the proper backing, I think it could. I think there's a lot of synergy between bridge and golf, in the sense that a lot of golf players play bridge and vice versa. And he had tried before. This particular chairman is very big in the golf world in the north of England. And as you know, golfers have lots of dinners and they have quite a strong community. And he was quite keen on the idea of having a golf stroke bridge event, which presumably would have some sort of prize attached to it, but maybe something we could consider. Drawing golfers into playing bridge as part of the festival.
Yeah, that's definitely
absolutely
something that's been considered before. We've discussed this before, and I'm sure it would be very welcome. I can see Jane's been waiting for quite a long time, and Richard's also been waiting. So
Picking up on Mark's point, we've talked about a target for raising money for charity. Do we have a target for trying to attract new members? Not just people who play golf, but much wider community.
I think one of the objectives of the festival is to promote the game in the public eye in an effort to make it easier for people to attract new members. How we actually measure that, we would hope, I suppose, to see an upsurge in UMS, but I don't know. Can anybody help me with that?
Well, I think we've always been a little bit cautious about not making it look like just an EBU membership drive. I think it's meant to be a broader thing than this, to promote bridge in the whole. And we would expect that out of that, some people will join. People who already play bridge in golf clubs, for example, may think, oh, this was a good thing that the EBU did. Find out a little bit more about us. So I don't think that having a target on that, obviously we hope we will get them, but I think that we don't want people to feel that we're just trying to make them join an organization that they haven't previously belonged to. So that's certainly my understanding of how it's been looked at.
What he said. Thank you, Gordon.
Richard Evans.
Yeah. Just Tony, just 2 points. Taking up on the golf bridge theme. In Suffolk, we have 2 years running run a golf bridge day. It's been very popular, and brains far brighter than mine have devised a scoring system so you can get an overall winner from the golf and the bridge. The other point I just wanted to ask.
Hold on. Can you send that to me?
Yes, I can. I think I probably can. Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
Send scoring. This is a really stupid question. Are all the funds being raised going to cancer research? The reason I ask is one of our committee members, they're still discussing whether they want to get involved, saying, well, can we raise money for other charities or not?
No, it's 100% to cancer research.
Thank you.
No reason why people shouldn't take some of the ideas and do something else themselves for a different charity at a different time. But I think having the single focus is part of the idea of the event.
There is also the possibility, I hope, this could possibly become an annual event, in which case we could rotate the charities, obviously. But it was quite interesting that we wrote to 3 or 4 major charities. 2 didn't bother replying. Alzheimer's research did. They were prepared to get involved. Cancer research were massively supportive and very enthusiastic, so it was an easy choice to go to. Mike.
Yeah, do you have plans for national media coverage, Richard? Tony?
At the moment, no, but I'm hoping to. I haven't got done it yet.
It is one of the ways in which we're hoping that Cancer Research may be able to help, because they have this broader, you know, they have a reach that's wider than ours, and they probably have more experience of it. So yeah, it's certainly an aim we would like, but we don't have specific plans yet.
Okay, thank you.
Just going back to the choice of charity here, the main driver for me on this is the fact that it is supporting cancer research. I had cancer. I was diagnosed last year with cancer, and I've just finished a course of treatment. I had surgery last February. So, to me, cancer is the main driver for me getting involved in this.
Well, cancer research. Well, first of all, thank you for saying that, and we're all very pleased that you're recovering well. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm sure everybody joins me in that. Cancer research are looking for, I've got to say this, like people like you, people who have gone through the experience of cancer and are prepared to talk about it with Cancer Research UK, bridge players. Would you be interested in doing that?
Yes, I'd be very happy to share my experiences. It was a life-changing year, basically. It's been the most amazing year.
That's exactly the sort of thing we're looking for. So,
and it's worth everyone else here being aware of that, in case you have ideas of people who might be interested, and as well as people who've actually been through cancer themselves, families as well. You know, it is something that touches an awful lot of people, which is why it's a good charity to be involved with.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent charity. Yeah.
Can I ask a question about at the very high level? Is this the new Festival of Bridge, or is it the Festival of Bridge?
Hold on, who said that, please?
Mr. Jeff got.
I'm just trying to find you.
Broke up a little bit as you were saying it, Richard.
Can you repeat it?
You were asking whether it was EBU, is that right?
Is this the
Or
EBU
just a festival?
Festival of Bridge?
It's a festival. It's called Bridge. It's a big deal. Is the name of it, and it is a festival of bridge.
So it's not being portrayed as the EBU Festival of Bridge, then.
No, it's organised by us, but it's not, as I said earlier, you know, it's this thing we're hoping that people will be interested in the EBU following on from it, but it's not something that's just to promote the EBU, it's to promote bridge in England.
That I think will make a big difference. But, bridge first.
I hope a positive difference, Richard.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. We can go on as long as we like, but is anybody else wishes to say anything? Well, thank you very much for your enthusiasm. I hope you'll go and spread the word. That was the point of this, and very much the whole event depends upon the enthusiasm of people like us and you and them. So thank you very much for joining us this morning, and I wish you a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.